Hey everybody, welcome back! Tonight, we're diving deep into a topic that's about as fun as a root canal, but infinitely more important, military fraud. We're talking about a day specifically dedicated to exposing this shady business National Report Military Fraud Day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Military Fraud Day? Is that a thing? Believe it or not, it is. And it's more important than you might think. This isn't just about some dudes in suits skimming off the top. This is about betraying the trust of those who serve and the taxpayers footing the bill. We're talking about companies overcharging for shoddy equipment, contractors cutting corners on vital projects, and individuals lining their pockets at the expense of our troops. This stuff isn't just unethical, it's downright un-American. So, buckle up, because things are about to get real. So, how did we get this special day dedicated to exposing military fraud? Well, it all started with a bunch of brave whistleblowers who decided enough was enough. They saw wrongdoing and decided to do something about it. These folks risked their careers, their reputations, sometimes even their safety to expose the truth. And their courage paved the way for National Report Military Fraud Day. It's a day to remember that shining a light on corruption is everyone's responsibility. It's a day to empower those who know something's wrong to speak up, because the only way to fight fraud is to drag it kicking and screaming into the light of day. And trust me, there's a lot of dragging to be done. Now, you might be thinking, military fraud, that sounds bad, but what does it actually look like? Well, it can take many forms, folks. Some of it's pretty blatant, like contractors slapping a fresh coat of paint on a rusty old tank and calling it brand new. Then there's the more insidious stuff, like companies overcharging for basic supplies. We're talking about things like $600 toilet seats and $400 hammers. I mean, come on. Are these hammers made of vibranium? Do they double as a personal masseuse? And let's not forget about individuals who lie about their service records to claim benefits they didn't earn. This isn't just dishonest, it's a slap in the face to the brave men and women who actually served our country. Section 4. Sounding the alarm, how to report fraud. So what can you do if you suspect something fishy is going on? Well, the good news is, you don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to report military fraud. There are a bunch of ways to blow the whistle. You can contact the Department of Defense Inspector General's hotline, the FBI, or even your elected officials. And don't worry, you don't need to have all the evidence lined up like your Matlock. Just a suspicion is enough to get the ball rolling. The folks at these agencies are trained to investigate these matters, and they take every report seriously. Remember, reporting fraud isn't about being a snitch. It's about protecting our troops, our tax dollars, and the integrity of our military. So if you see something, say something. You might just be saving the government a whole lot of money, and maybe even some lives. Section 5, Beyond the Headlines, Real-World Impact. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, okay, John, this all sounds bad, but is it really that big of a deal? Oh, it's a big deal, folks. It's a colossal, budget-busting, trust-eroding deal. We're talking billions with a B of taxpayer dollars wasted every year. Just think about all the good that money could do if it wasn't being funneled into the pockets of fraudsters. We could be building schools, funding healthcare, or maybe even, dare I say it, lowering taxes. But beyond the financial cost, there's a human cost as well. When contractors cut corners, it puts our troops at risk. When individuals defraud the system, it undermines the sacrifices of those who serve. Section 6, Your Duty, Your Voice, Taking a Stand. So, there you have it, folks, the lowdown on National Report Military Fraud Day. It's not a happy topic, but it's an important one. Because when it comes to our military, integrity isn't just a buzzword. It's a matter of life and death. So, this Military Fraud Day, let's all do our part to shine a light on this shady business. Report any suspicious activity you see. Spread the word to your friends and family. Remember, silence only helps the fraudsters. It's time to make some noise. And on that bombshell, we'll be right back.